All right. What's up, guys? Just gonna get everybody settled in here. Let me know if audio and video is okay. Trying this for the first time on new laptop. Video doesn't look the greatest, but can you guys see and hear me okay? Nice. Perfect. I usually do this from my phone, so it's different to do it from the laptop. I've actually never done it from the laptop. It's just way easier. You look pretty. Hell yeah. Oh man, everybody's rolling in. What's up? Sweet, and I can see the chat really good from this side. That's awesome. Look a little pale. That's all the light, dude. I'm like, I got tons of light in my basement. I just finished it. So, what's up, guys? Oh, Force Induction Performance in the house. What's up, Maz Speed? Pretty sick. This is awesome, guys. We got a lot of people rolling in. Hopefully, we get joined by many others. Sure, it's letting everybody know that's subscribed right now that we are live. And we're going to talk about some pretty good stuff today. I think I have a lot of things that are constantly asked to me by a lot of different fans of the channel and fans of the builds that we have and stuff like that. So this is going to be a tech talk, I like to call it, not to be confused with TikTok, because that's also pretty fascinating. But yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff. I got some people joining the chat that are going to be a huge asset to the conversation, which is going to be cool. What's everybody else up to? What is it? What's everybody got going on? What's your quarantine projects you got going on? Let's see here. Mazda. The Mazda is good. It's in progress. And I'm essential, have to work still. I'm finishing up my 2.5 build to put my speed 6. Studying professional certifications. Dom in the house. What's up, man? Driving through ice cream. Drive through ice cream. That's sick. I wish I was doing that right now. Had like a weird obsession with ice cream lately. Working too. What do I need to make 600? Okay, we're gonna go over a lot of that. Ivan, stay tuned because we're gonna go over a lot of stuff like that. Hey, Force Induction Performance, man, I'm down. I'm down, man. I'm a veteran like you, and I have also a Speed 6 red. Good job with that. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. J&J Speed Shop, Dyno Tuning. Hey, J&J Speed Shop is a local speed shop here in Buffalo, where we live, and I'm interested to talk to these guys this season. I'd like to pick their brains on some stuff and maybe try to do some stuff with them. I think it'd be pretty cool because I like to support local businesses if I can. Let's see. Glad to see you staying safe. How's the fam? Everybody's good, man. We're just chilling. We're all trying to just make it through this crap time together and just make the best of it. Kind of just accepting the new normal for now. But guys, we're going to talk about modifications and, where you should be with modifications as far as not only your budget, the realistic vision of your car, where you want it to be, and just figuring out what your overall end goal is. A lot of people have the tendency to rush into a build with no real vision or goal. And you're you're your own biggest enemy at that point, because you're going to spend a lot of unneeded money on your car that you're not going to make back. So where I'm going to start is, what do you need to do? What do you need to look for? It's all going to depend on, what the vehicle is and what the current status of the car is. So let's take, for example, that you have a bone stock Speed 3, right? Gen 1 or Gen 2. You need to sit down and figure out, okay, this car, I want to be X. And you need to figure out what that X is. Is it a 300 wheel horsepower daily driver that you want to have fun in? Super easily attainable. Do you want a 400 or 500 horsepower Speed 3 that's reliable? Or do you want a 600 plus horsepower Speed 3 that can be reliable, but will also need more upkeep than, said 400 horsepower or 300 horsepower car? And I'll get into what I mean by that here in a little bit. Just before I start, I will let you know, down in the description of the video, I do have the new merchandise store link there. If you guys want to pick up shirts, hoodies, die cut stickers, all sorts of stuff. If you check out the website, I'd appreciate if you would just check out. Maybe there's something in there you like. We got Red Rum 6, a whole merchandise line for that. If you see something that's not your color, just click on the picture, and it'll actually show you every piece of clothing that's for that collection, and you can choose your favorite color or whatever from there. We have all the Spooling Up Performance logos in the green, red, white. You can get hoodies, all different colors, shirts, anything you want. So check it out. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. I'm going to update you guys on the Speed 6 too as well. Just stay tuned. We're going to kind of jump in and out of conversation based on the conversation we're having in the live chat, because I really do want to answer a lot of questions that you guys have. Corey, watch out for the Rona. Seriously. Hey, speaking of Rona, I need a beer for this. Stand by. It's a good thing I'm downstairs in my basement at my bar. I got my fridge close. We'll do Yingling. I don't know if anybody's from the East Coast, but Yingling is my choice. Alcohol kills it. Yep, exactly. So does heat. So I'm going to install a sauna in my house too. Thanks, man. America's Oldest Brewery. Hell yeah. All right, guys. So there's a lot of things that I get asked, and this could take hours if I went into drastic detail. I will tell you this: I'm very good at communicating with you guys, the subscribers, and anybody that has questions. I'm typically responding to everybody almost instantly. If I don't answer, I see it, I probably will get back to you very soon. But I get a lot of inboxes on Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that people have seen from the channel, asking for advice, and I love it. To me, that's a lot of fun, a lot of help, just to help the community. But I'm going to go over a basic outline of how you should figure out your modification path. So first of all, you're going to want to figure out, okay, what's this car's purpose? Is it a daily driver that you have, you have to get back and forth to work? Do you have to make sure it's reliable for road trips? Is it a full interior car? Is it, you got to figure out what the duty purpose of that car is, and then you can make your decision from there. A lot of people, maybe guys that don't have families or whatever, just want to go full send and gut the car and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, you can make a pretty badass street car out of one of these Speeds. And there's a lot of people that can attest to that. But my idea of a full bolt-on car without having the motor built is basically having your standard high pressure fuel pump, because you need that before you do anything, an access port V3, a tuner that is reliable, i.e. like the top 3, like Justin at FREEKTUNE, Will at PD, or Nishan, Alan from Edge Autosports, another good one. The guys that have been around this stuff, that's been doing it a long time, that know what reliability looks like and know what safe looks like. So before you do anything crazy, you need to make that decision. And you can also consult with your tuner. But I'm here to be that middleman, because in my eyes, these guys are doing so much. Yeah, I said Will at PD, Purple Drink. My goal is to try to mitigate a lot of the questions that are asked to tuners that could be researched or figured out on your own. And that's the biggest thing too, is a lot of people need to take more time to research on the platform and the vehicle that you have before you ask a lot of questions in a professional forum, as far as like connecting with a business. I know that's their job, but I like to do a lot of research on stuff, so I know kind of what I'm talking about a little bit, or can understand better when they do talk to me about what it is. If you guys have questions in there in the comments and I am not getting to them right now, just I will. I see what's going on. I'm just trying to get some stuff out. But yeah, so high pressure fuel pump, access port, an intake of your choice, and I'll get to that later. But you're going to need an intake. You're going to need either an upgraded top mount intercooler or a front mount intercooler. I fully recommend a front mount intercooler. It just makes everything a lot easier. Trust me, it does. And then from there, downpipe, catted or catless, whatever you desire. If you're planning on making any kind of like serious power, you're gonna blow a cat to pieces. So just go catless right off the bat. And then if you want like an exhaust manifold, you can do that. But a lot of people, just want to keep it around 350, 370. And honestly, that's where the stock fuel system really starts to tap out anyway. The stock block is the general consensus is that you're good until about 400 foot-pounds of torque. And you're living on borrowed time. Any tuner that's reputable will stop you before you get to that point and say, okay, hey, this is where I think we should hold up before we push it too far. I've done that before, but I've told Justin, like, hey, man, I fully understand the risks that I'm taking, but I want to send it. And in that case, they will. It's kind of like a written consent that, you're not going to blame the tuner if your car blows up because they told you that it will. Basic bolt-ons, man. Exhaust, intake, fuel, meaning the high pressure fuel pump, and you'll have what you need to get it done. I mean, honestly, these cars, the Speed 3s, Speed 6s are really fun cars on a stock turbo still. You just need a little bit of bolt-ons and you're good to go. Maybe some suspension and you can have a really awesome car to drive around. Not everybody's ready for a lot of power. And, I say that, and as far as like, yeah, it's really fun to rip and like go fast, but a lot of people don't understand the maintenance and, unknown that comes with a fully built car. I mean, look at the issues I'm having with the Speed 6 right now. I mean, it can be very draining, and, you end up not enjoying the car sometimes because it is down for multiple reasons. It can waterfall effect into a lot of different things. So just be mindful of that. If you do go that route, just have a plan to deal with it. So we'll go from there and say, okay, the next step from there, you want to be at a safe, 500 horsepower. Now we need to start thinking about turbo and motor. Anybody that's running in the 500 horsepower range, you're going to need a built block. You're going to need it, because if you don't, you're going to end up blowing the thing up and then having to take more steps backward. So what I would recommend, this is like a cookie cutter build that I would recommend for 500 horsepower. You're going to get yourself a good reputable builder like Speed Performance, Overspeed, Motorsports, EB Tech, one of those guys. Even Cork Sport builds motors. I haven't dealt with them at all, so I don't really know. But I know the guys that have had the other ones. All you need is a bare bones Manley pistons and rods combo. That will net you the ability to make 600 horsepower all day long. As long as everything is clearanced the right way, you have the right, piston to valve or piston to wall clearance and rings gap the right way, you can have a very reliable motor. And the common misconception with these motors is that you need to do headwork. You need cams. You don't need cams. You don't even need springs unless you're going to be like trying to rev out more and make some more power. If you're above 600 horsepower, I would recommend at least doing valve springs, some 64, 65 pound springs, and you'd be good to go. These stock cams have made around 800 horsepower, which is crazy. Where a lot of other platforms outshine this platform's motor, ours makes up for it in certain ways. I mean, look at the Evo guys and stuff like that. I mean, they need to do cams at some point to gain, a little bit more power. We don't. I mean, these cams are good to go for a while. I mean, not saying you won't net a lot of power from getting aftermarket cams, but I'm saying you can go without them. And turbos. This is a big thing, and I'm going to make an actual video on this because we actually just went through this with Dom's car. Dom was struggling a lot last year on the way he wanted to have the car set up, and I coached him a lot on what the pros and cons are. Not everybody is ready for a full power, high horsepower car. It is, Dom will tell you that it is very frustrating sometimes when you just can't enjoy the car when you want. Sometimes you're down because you're waiting on parts to get cleaned up or refreshed or, X, Y, and Z. We ended up going with a smaller turbo. Mr. List, I need to get caught up here bit here first. Okay, that's to my brother, I think. Yeah, sometimes bigger turbo and more power isn't the answer. Dom's car is a perfect testament to that, and so is the Speed 6. I mean, I was blown away at the power band of the 6062 that I have, and the power band of Dom's new Gen 2 5558. It's an impeccable, man. Like, you can't, for a 500 to 600 horsepower car, the turbo that he has, or even the 6062, is a solid choice. I mean, those things light up so fast. O-ring block necessary for high horsepower. I'm going to get to that, Brett. Just give me a minute. And I'm going to go through here in a couple minutes, guys, and just take a break and enjoy a beer and kind of go through these and catch up with you guys. But the 500-ish horsepower range is a very cool area because you have a lot of options. Anything from stock motor to 500 horsepower. Cork Sport makes, a pretty good drop-in turbo that is pretty powerful for the 350 to 450 range with their CST4. They also have a 5 and 6 as well to make more power. But, you also got to think about Garrett has a GTX 3071 and a GTX 3076. Those are good small frame turbos to use. I personally have had the 71R before. But as soon as you start creeping over that 500 horsepower range to 600 horsepower range, you need to start thinking about a a bigger trim turbo that will hold power through the entire power band. So like a 5558 or a 5858 or like a 6062 like I have, those will net you big power if you want, but will also be very linear in your power curve. They have the ability to spool up quicker than said like 64, 66 and bring that power in very aggressively. And that's the other thing, is that if you are trying to be aggressive with the car, you're definitely going to need a built motor and something that can handle, you know, a quick onset of torque, because stock rods and pistons are going to shoot to the moon if you load that thing with a lot of torque, bringing power in heavy. I just saw that real quick. EFR turbos. Those things are pretty nuts. I haven't used one, but I've heard they're sweet. But that's what you guys need to think about. So when I built the first Speed 3 that was on the channel, I used a Borg Warner S362 SXE, and that thing was rated for like 700-ish horsepower, and I was running on a stock block. But the reason that I went with that is because I was on a stock block. I knew I was flirting with danger on that freaking motor, and I talked it over with Justin at FREEKTUNE, and I was like, hey, like, let's make this work. Like, let's see what we can do. Went with a bigger size turbo so that I can keep the torque curve very, you know, non-aggressive until the top end. So he was able to bring the torque in a little higher in the RPMs so that it wouldn't, you know, try to flex a rod to outer space. So, and when I parted that car out and put it back to stock, the compression and everything was perfect. Like nothing had ever been on it, which was awesome. And I beat the piss out of that thing. So pretty cool. Now for the big boys, there's a lot of options, and, you know, I'll get to that in a second, but in that 500 horsepower range, we're going to be starting to talk about like secondary fueling. I mean, even after 400 horsepower, you're looking at that. And you can make a lot of choices from there. You can, and that's going to all depend on your power range. So, you know, there's 6-port injection kits that Speed Performance makes. It's basically 2 injectors on a rail that go between your intercooler piping and the throttle body, and it ties in off your high pressure fuel pump, and you can get extra fuel that way. It's an extra 2 injectors. You can do that, or you can go to like a JMF manifold with 4-port injection that will give you the opportunity to be flexible from, hey, say I want to do 450 horsepower now, but I want to be able to have fuel for when I bump it up to, you know, 650 or 700 with a bigger turbo. Okay, then you do that, get some injectors. It's always good to have the ability to add more fuel than not have enough fuel. And methanol too. If you want to use a good methanol kit, like a big single nozzle, a lot of people have worked their way into the 400 horsepower range with just a simple methanol nozzle. You know, you can do straight methanol through injectors as long as the injectors and the fuel pumps and stuff are alcohol safe. I did that on the Speed 3. I had that standalone tank in the engine bay, and I ran 100% methanol off that. It just kills pumps and filters a lot quicker than like normal fuel does. So it's something to be mindful of. But there's a lot of options as far as turbos, and for fuel. These are the things that, like, if you message me and say, hey, this is my power goal, I'll ask you if you're 100% positive, because I'll give you a like no crap like build list that you should go by. And, you know, all the parts that I get are from, you know, all the distributors that I work with, you know, Edge Autosport and Damon, and, you know, any of the guys that I've worked with that you guys see on the videos. I mean, they have everything. So, you know, I just recommend you what I think, and you can take it or leave it, or pick a brand of your own, but I'll give you a generic outline of what you need to get yourself going. Cause I in the end of the day, I want to see people, you know, have a fun car that they enjoy with parts that aren't going to break on them. Guys, also too, if you want to support the channel, but you don't want to buy merch or anything like that, this live chat, if you see a little money sign down at the end of the chat, you can donate to the channel. You know, we used to do this back in the day a lot, but haven't really done lives a lot. But there's a money sign down there to show support to the channel. If you guys want to donate, it's called a super chat. Your comment will be big and displayed for the chat to see if you have something to say that you want people to see or me to see. Super chats are always very amazing. It helps drive more content and help support the channel so we can keep things rolling. So I really appreciate that for anybody that does end up doing that. Yeah, so for the big horsepower people, you have the ability to do a lot of things. And I say that meaning you have a broad spectrum of what you want to do. So say you want a car on full kill to make around 800 horsepower. Okay, so there's a pretty cookie cutter package for that much power. And it's fairly easy. Anything over that, you're going to be like big boy leagues. Like there's some serious stuff you need to do. But for up to 800 horsepower, you just need a really good engine builder that knows what they're doing with this platform for clearances and such. But you need, I would go with some like I-beam rods or like Manly Turbo Tough rods with the upgraded wrist pins, the Manly pistons, or like even CPE's pistons or CP pistons are good. FREEKTUNE just made his own piston setup, but that's for like real big boy power stuff for like some heavy cam action. They got some really big valve reliefs in them, but he makes his own set of pistons now. They're like under $900, which is crazy. Yeah, H Tough plus minimum. Yeah, just go get yourself a good rod and piston combo. Stay away from Wiseco. It's just not good for this platform. I've heard. I've never ran them, but I've seen nothing but issues. Mall pistons. I have those in the Speed 6 motor and also in the RX-8's motor. Pretty good ones too. They're SP63's own pistons. But yeah, so you're going to need a really solid rod piston combo, a very good machine shop or engine builder that knows what they're doing with the platform, know your clearances and what your end goal is. A lot of rings are gapped a little looser for more boost, as well as piston to wall clearance is a big issue too. Sometimes there's too much piston to wall clearance and you got a lot of slap going on, which is not good. Where's Garage? $5. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cheers to you, brother. Let's see. No squirter reliefs in Wisecos. Yeah, that's what it was. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate that. That's a good one to mention. But as far as head work, if you want to be in like the 700 to 800 horsepower range, you're going to need a minimum of upgraded valve springs. And that could be like a, 65-pound spring upgrade with retainers and go from there. You don't need to do, upgraded valves or guides or anything like that. But you should look into some cams. Kelford makes a off-the-shelf cam now in different grinds based on power. If you're looking to make anywhere near 700 horsepower, I'd recommend. Holy crap, dude! $50. Lane, my man. Alex, hope you're doing well these days, brother. Off topic from your conversation, but I've secured an R34 in Japan. I'm so stoked, and we'll be heading up there when all this clears up. Keep up the channel. Hope you and the family are doing well, dude. I appreciate you, man. R34 is literally like my dream car, so definitely bring it up here so we can make a video and rip that thing. I hope you guys are doing well too and staying safe. Appreciate you, brother. It means a lot, man. I appreciate it. I'll hit you up this week sometime. I'll write myself a reminder right now to text you. But I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, R34 is like goals. That just like completely threw me off in a good way. I love those cars. But yeah, guys, you want to set yourself up with a cam that's going to work in your situation. There's a lot of cams that help pick up bottom end torque, top end power. There's a lot of different combinations that work but don't work at the same time. And that's when you got to really talk to your engine builder in this platform. And I say that because these guys that are building these engines in this platform, most of them, I should say, know what combos work and what don't. You could have a cam that's too aggressive for your piston, and you're going to end up smacking valves to the piston, and you're going to be pissed when your motor decides that it wants to hurl up Corona all over the ground, and then you're stuck, thousands of dollars down the drain, wishing you would have spent a little bit more time putting the right engine package together. So definitely keep that in mind. And that's what I'm getting back to with like overall build. You need to figure out what your goal is in the end so that you can base your part buying over, part buying to that. Like, I know that the Speed 6 has good pistons and good rods, and it's got Crowler 65-pound springs. If I want to step it up a little bit more, I could do a Kelford cam, but I don't know how aggressive I could go because of the valve release. I mean, I got the valve release on the pistons, the SP63 ones, but they're, you got to go with the right one where you're not going to have those issues, especially at high RPM, when you're getting close to floating a valve or whatever. It can be a crappy outcome if you're not set up the right way. And there's a lot of very experienced guys in the platform, man. Like, there's a lot of people that don't talk a lot on like our social media platforms. Like, there's some Mazda Speed pages. But if you're really wanting to get serious and make big power, get in contact with me, and I'll get you. And I'll get you in contact with the right people, man. Like, I can guide you in a certain direction. Am I a professional on any of this stuff? No, I've just taken what I've learned over the years and I just try to apply it. I still talk to like a handful of people every day that I just pick their brain if something I think about. Like, and it could be something stupid because, you could be the smartest person ever, but a lot of times you tend to second guess or overthink yourself. And that's why I keep a close group of friends in this platform that I can trust and rely on, that have been around it for a while, that can, kind of talk me out of something or guide me in the right direction if I'm feeling frustrated. And that's awesome. And it's cool. And this applies to like all cars. This isn't strictly Mazda Speed related in any way, except for like, power goals as far as the motor. But like, this is a generic thing for a lot of platforms. Like, okay, pick your build path and stick to it and get your parts in a successive order that you can build to the end goal. And that's really what you need to have in mind, because if not, you're going to spend a useless amount of money. I mean, when I first got my first Speed 3, I was like, oh, this is sweet. It was my first turbo car and I was really pumped about it. And I was like, okay, cool. I want to make this thing have like bolt-ons, but I really didn't really know what bolt-ons meant. And I was like, okay, I got like, Damond motor mounts. I got high pressure fuel pump. I got an access port. I got a downpipe. I cut the freaking resonator and mufflers off my car, straight piped it like a G. And, got a front mount intercooler kit, but at the time I'm like, oh, this will work, 'cause it's a cheaper option. And, it was a nice kit, but I didn't know what I was going to be doing in the future. So I was like, okay, cool. And then that setup was good for like, I don't know, the 360 or 370 horsepower that I made. And then, you know, after I moved to Tennessee and I went on deployment, I was like, F this. I want to freaking send this thing. So that's when I started talking to like guys that are OGs like Justin, Brent, Bryce Williams, you know, those guys like picking their brain about like, okay, hey, what should I do? Because this is what I'm going to try to do. And, you know, I basically told them, I was like, hey, I want to full send this stock motor and then, but have enough left with all my other parts to push the car farther when I build the motor. And I went into that knowing like I was probably going to have some turbo lag, but I knew I was going to have enough fuel. I knew I was going to have enough turbo, and, you know, I wasn't going to have enough motor, but we were going to send it for what it was worth and go from there. And I just built this massive parts list and kind of got them in order, and went from there. And that's what's cool. You have a lot of options, man. But I'm going to take a break from just, vomiting out my mouth real quick and go back in these comments real quick and kind of just engage with you guys a little bit. Seeing a lot of stuff about like intake, exhaust manifold stuff, some fueling, stuff like that. Here's the thing. Intake and exhaust manifolds are usually, I shouldn't say for the intake manifolds, it's usually preference between two things. It's either you get a Damond Motorsports PI kit with a Focus ST manifold, which works flawlessly. Like, it works really good. It's just not my flavor because I don't like the appearance of a ST manifold. I'm very big on like how an engine bay looks. I don't know, call it what it is, but I just like the JMF, and that's another option. The Focus ST manifold with the Damond Motorsports PI kit is the most cost-effective way. That is the most efficient way for the cost. You know, an intake, JMF intake manifold is about $1,000, and you can be into a whole PI kit with a Damond setup for about that. So, yeah, and that's the other thing too. You don't have to buy a plug-and-play kit. You can make your own. But if you don't want to do it and you just want to have someone else do it for you, you know, Shed Built or Dirty Water Racing, Shed Built Motorsports right there, they make drop-in fuel pump kits for your car. So you don't have to run like an external fuel cell like I do. They basically replace your in-tank pump with the new Hellcat 525 pump, and you're good for like all the power. Within reason. I will say it's enough fuel pump for 95% of the platform. So you have that, and then they make lines to just split off to from the firewall to your high pressure fuel pump to your fuel rail. And there you go. All you got to do is pump gas into your freaking gas tank and you're good to go. Then you have four extra injectors and you're ready to party. Exhaust manifolds. All right, here's the thing. So pros and cons of fuel setup. Surge tanks will never be short of fuel as they are fed from the main tank. Yeah. So Chris makes a really good point. There's a lot of pros to a surge tank. But there can be more maintenance because, you know, E85 is very corrosive, especially running through a stock fuel system that is not built for E85. But E50 will definitely gum some things up. You're going to be doing a lot more high pressure fuel pump maintenance, a lot more injector maintenance. So like almost like seasonally. I'd say like if you have winter or colder months that you're not driving as much, like that's the time to do that stuff. Ray's Mazda Parts sells a E85 capable rebuild kit for your high pressure fuel pump. It just gives you E85 safe O-rings inside the pump so that the O-rings don't fail. There's a lot of great kits out there, man. Exhaust manifolds. I don't downplay any manifold that I haven't used. But I will say the options are like for stock location, you got You got your CPE manifold, which is a very common manifold. I've seen some things about it right now that the manifold section where the wastegate is, the fire ring machining or depth is a little off. It's just causing an exhaust leak. I don't know how true that is, or if it's just like user error or what the case is, but I don't know. It's a very popular manifold. So some of the issues that people are having, I don't know if they're current or, self-induced. Jimmy from DTP Fabrics, if you're looking to do like a top mount manifold, like I have on the Speed 6, he has the log style manifold, which I have, and then his newly produced top mounted tubular manifold, which does fit the 3 and the 6 for both manifolds. The tubular manifold on the 6, I believe there needs to be some modification to the windshield wiper cowl to fit the wastegate. But other than that, his work is top notch. Super awesome. Again, thanks to the people that have donated so far. I really appreciate it. Super awesome. Yeah, I mean, a surge tank is good if you're doing a lot of like tracking. If you want to, if I could say that correctly, like if you're doing a lot of road course stuff or like stuff like that, I don't know. Yeah, road racing is really the only way I would do a surge tank because you got fuel sloshing everywhere. So other than that, honestly, if you want a plug and play fuel system that is going to be efficient and effective, just have Shed Built do your in-tank pump. He like literally makes the pump work in your hangar with AN lines for feed and return, and it's plug and play. There's no maintenance on it besides like, if you do like an ethanol blend in the fuel tank. I mean, I would take your high pressure fuel pump out and put some E85 safe seals on it. And maybe once a year, just like take that apart, clean it, maybe replace the O-rings in it. It's like $50, and then send your injectors out for service. It's like $100, $120. It's well worth it to keep your car safe and effective. But if you want to do a fuel cell like I have, the benefits to that is not running any kind of ethanol or alcohol-based fuel through your stock fuel system and leave your stock fuel system the way it is. You can keep your stock in-tank pump. You can keep your stock, everything. You just run 93 or whatever your high octane fuel is in that. And then the fuel cell, it gives you the ability to run like methanol, VP fuel, ignite fuel, pump E85. You have a lot of options. And the only thing you need to make sure of is that when you run an inline pump and filter to your secondary fuel rail, is that they're E85 and ethanol or alcohol safe, because, over time those things are going to break down if they're not, more quickly than not. So, definitely looking into that. AEM, I've used their inline pump, the 380 liter per hour, and looking for injectors, you want to make sure that you're picking a good brand that has E85 or methanol safe injectors, because those will fall apart as well eventually. Let's see here. Yeah, Bosch. I use Bosch. I've used Bosch injectors. You can go baller like ID injectors or whatever. Yeah, Shed Built. I forgot to say that. Shed Built and Dirty Water Racing, they're both affiliated. They're not building any pumps right now. They're trying to keep everything kind of low key during this Corona stuff, to keep them and their families safe and customers safe. But I promise you, once they're back up and running, they're going to be making some cool stuff. Let's see here. Do a link for it, please, bud, in the next video. I don't know what that is. Yeah. What injector size for over 500 horsepower? If you're doing like, if 500 is your goal, you can just run generic Bosch 1000cc injectors. I mean, it's going to be a couple $100 for genuine Bosch injectors. Just make sure they're the right plug on the injector. It's usually like an EV14 plug, or like an EV6 with a 14 something. I don't know the exact spec on it right now. Yeah, 633cc injector, like whatever. I just run thousands because it gives you room to grow. Like I said, when it comes to fuel, I want to have more available than to not have enough. So I overshoot on fuel a lot of times. What about doing a giveaway right now while we're live? I have a set of Maz Speed racing door straps for a Speed 3. And I also have a Speed 6 rear fold down kit that I could give away. And the only stipulation I have is, let's see if we can get the chat up to, let's see if we can do $100, and I'll give away one of them. So we're at 55 right now. If we can get the chat to $100, I'll give away door straps, courtesy of my boy Chris at Maz Speed. Give away some door straps for you guys, and we'll get it going. And if we keep making money in the chat, I'll give away a Speed 6 rear seat fold down. So if you guys want to see something like that, super chat it up. We'll get some donations for the channel, because we just to support. And we got, I got stuff to give away to you guys. So, and I can have it shipped out to you guys within the week. So if you guys are interested in that, we'll try to hit that $100 mark on the chat. I think we're at 55 right now, $55. Yeah, shed built EV14 38 mil. That's what it was. Okay, I knew it was one of those. Let's see. What else do we got up here that I missed? What about Motec on the Speed 3? Well, you're gonna have to have some money to spend. They're like almost $6,900. Oh damn! Shed built just said if we get the super chats to $200, he'll give away a set of fuel lines, upgraded fuel lines for your Speed 3 or 6. So if we get to 200, I'm giving away a door strap kit, a rear seat fold down kit, and a freaking Shed Built Motorsports freaking fuel line kit. That's badass. Yeah, having a car down is a bummer, man. It can really rain on your parade. Can really rain on the parade, man. I'll tell you that. The RX-8, Performance Design and Fab sends their best. I just talked to him today. You know, they're a small business, let alone a performance shop that, you know, requires excess income to, you know, build a car. So it takes a lot for a place like that to stay open during these times. So they're focusing on, you know, making sure they're bringing in customers, you know, making money to make it on their own. But they are making progress when they can. You know, this whole 2020 thing is like a shit can. If you ask me, like I mean, this whole year is like gone to crap. So, you know, there's a lot of things that got delayed, and, you know, parts and material is really hard to get right now. So, you know, the progress kind of just halted on the RX-8 until some of this crap gets going again, which sucks, but it's understandable. I mean, it's just where we're at right now. Tom, Alex, when did you start the channel? I started the channel when I got back from Afghanistan in 2000, summer of, it was like August or September of 2017. But I didn't really get kind of moving and going with it and like figuring it out until about a year and a half ago. Only tuning left on your twin turbo Hellcat. That's going to be nasty. No speed limit production. What's up? Yeah. Oh, so update on the Speed 6. A lot of people were asking about that. So the smoking issue, I don't know what it is yet. It could be turbo. It could be motor. I'm hoping it's not. But I ordered a oil restrictor for my setup. Normally you don't add a oil restrictor to a ball bearing turbo. But a lot of variables change depending on your motor, oil pressure, stuff like that. Any Mazda speed that has a balance shaft delete, and if you run a thinner oil versus thicker, your oil pressure is going to be nutty, and sometimes it's too much oil going into the turbo. $5. Jay Cant, I appreciate it, man. Too bad I can't make a huge amount of mods to my 14.6, but I love the channel, bro. We should all at least give $5. Hey, dude, that's sick. I appreciate it. I'm all in. I live in the UK, though. Hey, man, you're in the UK? I'll try to send whatever I can, dude. You can get in contact with me or whatever. You know, if you need something, hit me up. I don't know how shipping to the UK is, but I've shipped stuff overseas before. So as long as you have customs or you're able to get it. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, the Speed 6. So the oil restrictor. I ordered one and it was the right restriction, but I didn't see anything on the restrictor when I bought it about the thread pitch and size that the turbo side is. So the Precision Turbo, from what I've gathered, is a 1/8 inch NPT female on the top of the turbo to their restrictor that they put in there, which really isn't a restrictor. It's pretty open flow. And my oil feed line is a -3. So I have a -3 with like a 90-degree, -3 fitting on it that goes into the Precision Turbo. Well, I'm trying to put a restrictor in between that. So I ordered a -3 restrictor, but the turbo side of the restrictor was too big and wrong thread. So it wouldn't work. So I ended up ordering. I did some research with my boy, Michael Ray at Ray's Mazda Parts, because he's like really, really freaking savvy on fittings and all that stuff. Because he's like, I don't know, he like works for a race car company or a race car team, really. Anyway, he's well versed in it. So he ended up finding the right one, and I ordered it, and it should be here tomorrow. But I'm still waiting on 90-degree fitting, a -3 90-degree fitting to work with it. So it's this week maybe figured out. I mean, this freaking virus crap with all these places shut down and stuff is like really killing everything. I do have a noise coming from the front end of the car, and I need to figure it out. I have, as soon as I put the car in gear and start to release the clutch to move forward or backward, I'm getting like a rapping noise, almost like rod knock, but I don't think it's rod knock because I've put a stethoscope to the block, the oil pan, the side of the block, the back of the block, the head, all that stuff, whatever. It almost sounds like maybe a CV joint up front or something, or maybe a clutch issue. I'm going to look more into that. Denard Taylor, $5. Thanks, man. Yeah, I thought about throw out bearing. It's under acceleration when you start moving. And Tom, yeah, it could be a loose pulley. I put the stethoscope on the bolt of the tensioner while the car was idling, and it sounded a little off. So I'm probably going to go ahead and replace the tensioner and then probably the idler pulley because just to rule it out really. And plus AutoZone has a tensioner pulley that's pretty sweet. It's got like a secondary nut welded onto it to be able to shove a tool, like a tensioner tool, down and grab the nut of it to release tension. It's pretty sweet. MZRs have so many issues. Honestly, yes and no. I mean, every platform has its issues. A lot of that zoom, boom stuff you've heard is from lack of knowledge of what you're doing and the platform. And the other stuff could just be I will say Speed 6s have more problems than Speed 3s, all day. But you got all-wheel drive, and you also got tried to super chat, and it will not let me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know really how to set it up. I think it's linked to your Google account. It beats me. I think you got to go into or it asks you to set it up or something. I'm not sure. You can Google it, but that's sweet that you want to donate. I appreciate that. Let's see. AC clutch. Now, Pat, could it be an AC clutch even though the AC is not on? Because I'm assuming it moves. Where's Garage? Another $5. That's $10 for you, buddy. Thank you. Extra load on the engine due to all-wheel drive. Yeah, I don't know, because it's at very low RPM. Even just rolling out of the driveway, it does it. Or kind of revving up to slip the clutch to start moving. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to check the pulleys, but what I'm planning on doing is putting it on a lift and just off the ground to where the wheels are off the ground, and try to have someone simulate just taking off and just because anytime you hit the throttle, it does it to move the drivetrain. So could be the clutch. Yeah, it almost sounds like a clutch issue, but I don't hear it. If I'm just sitting still and I move the clutch in and out, it doesn't. There's no noise really. There's no difference in chatter or normal typical throw out bearing or pilot bearing noise. It almost sounds like if you have a bad axle and it's like a knocking or clunking noise all at once. It's odd, but I just got to figure it out. Yeah, AC clutch could be toast. I didn't really think about that, but so it doesn't do it when you just it doesn't do it when you are like just sitting there revving the engine. It doesn't do it at all. So that's why I don't feel like it's rod knock or like rod bearing, because I feel like I would hear it. I mean, I've revved it up to like the higher RPMs and I don't hear anything. It's only when you like go to engage the drive line. So that's kind of it's. I mean, I really haven't looked too much into it because I was busy with work at the beginning of the week and stuff. So so sick. I think okay. So 555. 60, 65, 70, 75. We're at $75 right now. We're $25 away from giving away a door strap kit. And if you guys aren't familiar with what they are, they basically your door handle that you pull from the inside of the car gets replaced with like a racing style strap. It's a whole kit that you replace your like little door handle pulls with like strap pulls, like kind of like how race cars are. Pretty cool. Love all your videos. Great work. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Okay, so big topic for me is the rear axles on a Speed 6. There's a lot of issues happening right now with drive shaft shop on the Speed 6 rear axles. The new revision that they have made out of nowhere in the near future, in recent time. Zach, thanks. $5. Appreciate it, man. We're up to $80. The revision they made on the axle is trash, because basically what's happening is the spline that inputs into the diff is like way longer, where the dead space is on like the dowel part of it is longer, so it forces the axle to sit out farther. Like normally the other one's sealed against the housing of the diff. Now a little bit of it sticks out, but what happens is the CV boot that is normally closer to the diff is now directly over your sway bar bushing or sway bar link. And even after you put the aftermarket sway bar link in that's shorter, it is tearing apart the boot of the axle like as soon as you move the car. So I reached out in an email with like supporting pictures and, explained, really well what's going on and what the changes that were made were not beneficial. Because I'm stuck. Like I can't launch this car at the track with stock axles. Like it's just not going to, it's not going to hold it. So I'm trying to talk with them to figure out a solution. I'm actually going to contact a race shop that's a drive shaft shop that's local here, that to see if I gave them a set of axles, if they could remedy the situation and possibly have another source to buy axles from, because like drive shaft shops, I mean, as successful as they are, they're not very successful at communicating. I'll tell you that. And I'm not the only one that says that. It's a lot of people. So, yeah, I'll let you know more on that, but I definitely try to want to get a solution. Maybe if they can make axles, I'll try to get them to make front axles too, so that we can have beefed up axles all the way around the Speed 6. And, we can start having another person that can do Speed 3 axles, which, I mean, drive shaft shops axles are perfectly fine for the Speed 3. There's no issues there at all. Yeah. So that's it with that. I'm hoping everything comes out well with the Speed 6 and I don't have to pull the motor, because that would suck. $5.99. Love your work, man. Good inspiration for your MPS. Dude, appreciate it. Cheers to you from down under. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of fans of the channel that are from like Australia, UK, like Africa, like all sorts of like I get hit up by these guys all the time, which is pretty sick. It's awesome. I got some Canadian subscribers, all over. Really, it's pretty awesome. Australia, baby, Australia in the house. It's got to be late over there. I'm going to get a beer in a bit. Now's a better time than any, buddy. I got a full bar in my basement. I got like a 12-foot long front half and then like a 6-foot, 6.5-foot other bar. It's like an L-shaped bar. 11 in the morning. Oh, okay. So it's just the morning there. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so we're trying to figure that out. Joel at Tech Mods Auto Support is very knowledgeable on this platform too. I've personally never heard of them. I'm thinking of building your engine. Eric, it's a solid plan, man. Just have someone do it that knows what they're doing with these motors, and you'll be good to go. Any turbo is good with a built motor or ported head. It's just based on your power, what you want your power band to be, where you want your power to come in and stay. So talk to your tuner and see what the best option is going to be. Shout out from Montreal. Spoke with you a couple times on Facebook. Yep, Mark, I remember talking to you, man. What's up? It's 2 a.m. in the UK right now. Damn, man. You're up partying with me. Hopefully you got a drink. Thoughts on FreekTune OTS tune over full custom tune. So basically what happens is Justin's OTS plus, he calls it. He basically takes what like a normal OTS tune would be, but makes it safer for your car. Don't ever run an OTS map off of the access port unless it's like to get your car to the tuner. But your tuner, if he's reputable, will make a base map for your car to get it there if you need to drive it. OTS maps is like a generic map for any car that has mods like yours, but it's not specific to your vehicle. Someone at a different elevation is going to have a different running car than you do on the same map. It's just, it doesn't work. And the car will like blow up if run long term, especially if you're beating on it. Get yourself a full e-tune. Do yourself a favor, in your car a favor. Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, I don't know exactly what it is on OTS map plus or OTS plus map that he does, but I would assume, yeah, like a math cal and just making sure your car is in good health. So yeah. What wire tuck do you use, fella? We use a guy called Eric here in the States. His page on Facebook is Mazda Speed Wire Tucks, and he makes your basic coil pack tuck and high pressure fuel pump harness area tuck. But now he also has it so that you can plug and play your split second controller for your port injection and a plug for your watt box so that you don't have to splice the ignition harness plug inside the engine bay. So he makes it really easy and it looks super clean. So if you need anything, I would get a hold of him and see what he can do as far as getting one out to you because it's definitely worth it. But Mark, yeah, I would say he probably calibrates the math and kind of dials it in specifically to your car. Like it's probably like a 1 to 2 revision deal so that he can, make sure the car's running right for you. He's not just gonna, shift plus, your car and hope for the best. The dude really knows what he's talking about. So, and what he's doing. So definitely trust in him. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, I just try to link people up with what I know works and helps. And if I can get you parts that you need, I'm here for you. I got some pretty big stuff coming for, the whole Spooling Up Performance brand and business as a whole. You just got to give me some time, but definitely got some pretty awesome stuff in the works to really change the game on how we do things. So that'll be pretty cool, but I need your guys' support. So that's very important. I think we're almost to $100. I think we're at like, I don't know, 80 something right now. Like I said, if you guys want giveaways to happen at $100 in the chat, we're doing a giveaway on Maz Speed Racing door straps for door straps releases. At 150, I'll give away another thing, and that's Speed 6 rear seat pull downs. And if we hit 200, Shed Built is going to donate a fuel line kit for your Mazda Speed. So let's see. Justin is in the process of tuning mine. I got E85 tuned. Can't wait till it's done. What blend of E85 are you running? Does he have you on like a E30? Or like, I don't know what your power level is, but hey, man, I don't know about a raised shifter cable for a giveaway. Maybe one day. I'll talk with Michael. Maybe we'll get something going on something like that. I like to do giveaways for you guys to kind of give back to the community, and especially for you guys supporting me. We're super close to 10,000 subscribers, which is like super sick. That's crazy to me still. I put a lot of work into the channel, and there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes to make videos, and it's not just, I mean, you guys know by watching the videos, like it's not like all willy-nilly. Like I have some sort of like plan, or there's some structure behind the video to make it like interesting or like knowledge based, or our like, I don't know, the way we are is the way we are in real life. I mean, we're just a bunch of knuckleheads just wrenching on stuff that keeps breaking, apparently. So we're either really dumb or really smart. I don't know. Maybe a mixture of both. But yeah, I appreciate all the donations so far. I appreciate you guys. All that stuff goes back into the channel 100%. It just helps with all the random BS we got to do all the time, especially with the Speed 6 right now. There's just so much. I mean, I've done 3 oil changes in the last week and a half. So to try to work whatever that was burning through the engine. That's so funny, dude. That the tuning guy in the UK is also Justin. Must be a Justin thing. I don't know. I want to be at 400 horsepower. That's easy to do, man. Easy to do. Even in the 380 range is still perfect. Like, numbers, I don't know. Numbers are funny, but, a full bolt-on car with like a ethanol mix, like a E30 blend, you'll make that power all day long. Can you put a Ford RS motor in a Speed 3? No. I think the older one. Yeah, Mass Speed, not the new one. I thought about MZR swapping a Focus RS because their all-wheel drive system is actually pretty cool. I've also thought about rear-wheel drive stick shift swapping the Speed 6 and turning it into a drift taxi with like 4 race seats. We'll see. That'd be cool for like when we get bigger, when the channel gets bigger and stuff, and we start doing like events. I don't know. That'd be like a freaking badass car to like take people out and just hoon. Because I can get, I have the ability to get a freaking adapter made for a T56 transmission to our motors. So I would just put a T56 out of like a Camaro or something and just send the hell out of it. MZR swapping Miata all the way. Hey, man. Who is Mazdom MS3? Who is that? Just checking the phone. Oh, so the oil restrictor worked? Not yet. We're Matt Speed. Hey, dude, I'm down to help. I got a lot of ideas for it. Let's see. The highest gas down is 91. What's Oh, you'll be, dude, E33 mix. You'll do 350 all day. MZR swap protege. Dude, I'm thinking about, I thought about doing a 13B swap in the 6 and keeping it all-wheel drive. Like, I don't know, I'd have to have the fab shop or something like make an adapter for the trans, but that would be sick. Like, think about a rotary freaking Speed 6 still using all-wheel drive. Or fuck it, dude. I would do a rear-wheel drive. That'd be sick. $5 Canadian. Thanks. I'm only sitting at intake, exhaust, hyper, fuel pump, rear motor mount, plugs, access port, and purchase a FreeKTune OPS Plus map. Much love from Toronto. Hey, man, dude, that's a great setup. And I'll tell you what, if the car is healthy, that's going to be a fun setup, man. Intake, exhaust, you'll probably be like just around the 300 horsepower range, probably like a 260 range. That'll be fun. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. It would be cool, man. But I honestly, the channel is not like where I need it to be income wise to be able to pull the trigger on that, especially with like the RX-8 going on. Like, I need to wait until I'm bringing in some kind of income from YouTube to do that, because that is going to be an insane project. Like, that's something I would definitely do, because I thought about it. Me and Corey talked about it in the garage the one night, and I'm like, dude, how sick would it be to have an MZR swap into a rotary car, which is the RX-8, and then have the Speed 6 have the rotary in it. Let's see. Dude, everybody wants the rotary the 6. Jesus, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh man. Yeah, that would be sweet. I'd literally have to part out the whole car, like the whole thing. That would be sad. I can't even imagine what that I can imagine what that looks like, because I mean you'd have to new wiring harness, I'd have to strip the whole car of everything. Like all wire if I part out, I guarantee you I can sell everything on that car like within the week. There's a lot of people that ask me. Um, but yeah, that'd be super sick. I'm not gonna lie. Network your ass off. Hey man, I network pretty hard. It is not easy to I am very, very lucky and fortunate to have the sponsorships that I have as far as what I'm getting. Um, at the amount of subscribers I have, let alone the sponsors I picked up at like 2,000 subscribers, because the Fab Shop is like literally basically building the RX-8 for nothing. I shouldn't say that, but like they are like seriously hooking up. Speed Performance, like I was at, I think 2,000 subscribers, like literally was just like, yeah, dude, that RX-8 sounds sick. We're going to build you a motor. I was like, what? Yeah, no, I mean, if it was rotary swapped, I would definitely have like a bridge ported 13B or street port that's like reliable that you can just send the hell out of. Dom Speed 3 videos are coming. We've had like really crap weather, and the days that we do have good weather, like I like to spend with the family and like get stuff done around the house. So it makes it hard to like do that stuff on the good days we do have, because it's like springtime. It's still raining a lot. So any high horsepower car is not good in the rain. But those days are coming. We got some stuff with Dom's car. It's running super good. I will tell you guys that. The new turbo setup and all the maintenance that I had Dom get done is definitely showing its success. Fuel system maintenance and all that stuff is very important. 2K subs and they built you a motor. Tom, I seriously, man, like Pablo and them at Speed Performance have like mad respect for me, dude. Like I was just like, I called them originally. This is how it went down for Speed Performance. I called them and was like, hey, I was just wondering, and I'm a nobody, dude. Like I called and was like, hey man, I'm looking to see if you guys have any Mazda speed motors that are blown up but not like vented in the block. I'm looking for a rebuild core that I could, get from you guys to rebuild an engine that I'm doing for a project. And he's like, oh, what do you have going on? And so I started telling him about like what the plans were then. They weren't even as crazy as the RX-8 is now. I was just telling them what I was planning on doing. They're like, wow, that's really interesting. Like, that's pretty sweet. And I'm like, yeah. And then he started like talking to me or whatever. And he's like, hey, I tell you what, like, I'm going to talk to my partner and I'm going to call you back Monday. So I like sat there over the weekend and I'm like, I wonder if maybe he's trying to find like a motor or something. And he hits me up like Tuesday, I think it was. And he's like, hey, yeah, like we're going to build you a motor. We're going to do like this, and this. And I'm like, yo, like I can't spend that money right now. Like, I don't know like what all that's going to cost. Like, I'm just looking for a core so I can like rebuild. He's like, no, don't worry about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Don't worry about it. And he's like, we got you, man. We want to be a part of the project. And I was like, what? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, do you think like, and he said it just like this. He's like, do you think you could like cover shipping? And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, yeah, dude, I'll cover shipping. It was like $240 to ship the motor. And that was for the short block. I just hit them up because I had sent them my cylinder head and they're building the cylinder head to be like rowdy, like their stage 3 cams, port polish work, heavy duty springs, and yeah. Then they're waiting for. I just hit them up today. They're waiting on copper rings for the O-rings, and then they're ready to go. So RX-8's motor build video will be coming soon. Putting the head on the block and getting everything buttoned up and start getting accessories on it, figuring out the color scheme of the engine to get all the parts done. That'll be cool because the drivetrain in the RX-8 is pretty much done. So all I got to do is take that mock-up motor out of there and drop the built one in and start putting stuff together. Be pretty sick. Reliability and reliable and rotary shouldn't be in the same sentence. Hey man, it's all for the fun. Hey Maury, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Let's see. And as far as networking, man, like I'm just real. Like, okay, I don't know where this channel will go and where it will be in the future. I just have a crazy drive and a passion for this stuff and to succeed. So I don't know if it's that they see in me or the potential, but these companies basically took a gamble on me, and this RX-8 is going to be a big deal. Like, I know some of the guys at 1320 Video, and I talked to them and was like, yo, this is what I got going on. They're like, dude, as soon as that thing is done, like, let us know where you're going because we want to film it. Like, he's like, that's the first I've ever seen of that nature. Like, he's like, that's got to be a first for like what I'm doing. So I definitely think it will definitely help the channel. And definitely just be another car for content, man. Like, the build series leading up to getting that thing running is going to be sick. Like, I'm going to be so obsessed to work on that thing because it's been so long. Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, I was quoted 6 to 8 weeks, and it took 7 months to get it back. Well, I will tell you that they had a very difficult time. They were sprung on them by like their last shop that they were using. It was sprung on them that they had like literally 2 weeks to move everything out and find a new building because they were selling it or something. So they had to like literally pause everything and figure out how they were going to get everything they had and owned, all the equipment, all that stuff moved. Like, while trying to figure out like customer stuff. I mean, it was unfortunate. And then plus if it was anything recent, it was, all this virus crap going on, but they had a lot of stuff to overcome in the last year that set them back as far as timelines. I mean, my cylinder head got set way back because they were so far behind trying to catch up. And a lot of these motor building guys, like a lot of these shops, are at the mercy of a machine shop. So, a faulty schedule on a machine shop side could really screw up the engine building for an engine builder. Like, that could play a huge factor in it. There's not many engine builders out there that machine in-house. That's a rare thing. I think Jordan from Overspeed is the only one for this platform that machines all the stuff in-house and then builds it. So there's no wait time at a machine shop. And I'll tell you what, if it's during the winter or like cold months, that's like prime season for people to build their motors. So like, it's going to be, a longer wait. I should make a shirt saying, let's get this button up. Not a gamble. You're entertaining. You have a great on-camera presence. You're informative, on and on. That's why they chose you. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I try to give it my best, man. I'm just a regular dude, just making videos, just trying to, you know, I like the YouTube thing, and I think it has potential to go somewhere eventually. But I just try to stay as consistent as I can, and I never try to rush to put videos out just to have a video out because, when I watch other guys' channels and stuff, like I hate when they're just like random, just filler videos, if you will. Um, it's not as entertaining, and it draws you away from it because you feel like every video is going to be like that. But it's, I try to make something worth it. I'm not going to make a video on, revving my car or something like silly and make like some ridiculous title for it. That's just not who I am. But Mazda will probably not do another speed. I made a video on it. You can go back in the archives of my videos. You'll see like a picture of like uh, a newer gen Mazda 3. And you could see what my thoughts were on there. It's hard with today's market, man. It really is. Will they make another performance vehicle? I would think they would. The Miata is technically a performance vehicle, but not in the aspect of like power as much as handling. But yeah, they just have a different market right now. Let's see. About the Speed 6, you see a growing amount of forums that convert their 2.3 non-turbo to 2.5. I guess it's cheaper, but not really sure. Yeah, 2.5s are becoming a thing for sure. Speed Performance is doing a lot of 2.5 builds right now. Let's see here. Evo build. Dude, I'd be so down. Dude, you guys don't even understand. Like, if this channel ever got to like the couple 100,000 range, our vehicle arsenal would be ridiculous. I would be having some serious fun for you guys, like trying to make the craziest crap. See, Harka. Yeah, dude, I love how you respond to practically every comment first time. I actually felt like I was talking to the person. Like I'm saying, man, honestly, right now at the level of subscribers that I'm at, it's easier to communicate, regularly with people. Even on Instagram or Facebook, I try to answer as much as I can. I do get a lot of messages on there, but I try to keep up on them as much as I can because I know it's important to a lot of people that are asking these questions and, trying to gain information. But, and I'll continue to try to do that if this channel ever like blows up. But, I can see why a lot of the bigger guys on YouTube like can't respond to everything, because if you've ever watched a live video on like Cletus McFarland's channel or like any of those guys, the comments are going so fast that like me as a viewer can't even keep up with what they're saying. So let alone trying to stay on a topic and talk. Yo, that TCR is sick. I saw that. I was like, dang, someone contact Mazda so I can go out there and film this car. I would like kill to like get a hold of someone at Mazda that would like have me out or something. That'd be so sick. So sick. Yeah, I don't think they're going to make another Mazda Speedline. I think that brand is dead. Um, I don't think there's anything coming for it. If anything, it'd be for the Miata, if anything, because that's not a dying breed. A lot of people are still buying those. Yeah, like Mitsubishi's done. I mean, really, I mean, you got a lot of people stepping up though. I mean, look at Audi, VW, the Golf, the Golf R. Um, yeah, no, I bet they're hungry for it. Morgan Nye. Yeah, if you're idling, man, dude, I would love an RS3. Dude, you can make those things so fast. Cobb, Cobb just came out with access port for the S3, so that's pretty cool. They now support that. Yeah, RS3 with a tune goes nines. That'd be a baller car to get. Honestly, that's on one of my lists of cars to own eventually. Um, but I would love to own like a 5th-gen Viper and turbo it. That'd be sick. Um, Fallen Angel, you're a great guy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tom, I've literally been looking at S3s and RS3s the last like 2 days. They're so sick. You guys talking about intercooler cores here. Hey man, Tom, I was just discussing earlier in the chat that some big things are coming. Yeah, they're coming, man. We I have a pretty extensive idea or plan how I want this whole thing to go, but I will say that a lot of things are a lot of things are in, a lot of things are in the works to better spooling up performance as a whole and to kind of get us off the ground a little bit to be able to do more things. I'm tired of breaking my car every time, but it's so fun gapping people. That should be a shirt. Um, yeah, I don't know if the whole hot hatch thing is going to live on or if it's going to transform to something else. I mean, only time will tell. It will, and honestly will. If you're, oh, sonar creep, that's funny, dude. uh, that's sick. Hey, man, that's another thing too. Is that like with parts, a lot of people think that bigger cores and stuff like that is better. I mean, it's honestly, it's not doing you any more than something that's in the horsepower range for what you're using. Robert Smith, I found a 06 6-speed Mazda for sale. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Only that it's what year it is and it's a 6-speed. Hot hatches are dying breed. I mean, hell, the Subaru STI early, yeah. And I think they might be about done too. Oh, dude, no. I mean, yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah, RS3, RS6, those were some expensive toys, dude. Angel Valdez, I just got here as a Speed 6 okay. It's okay for now. We're still trying to figure everything out. There's been a lot of delays with, you know, parts coming from companies and stuff. True that. Well, expensive. Yeah, it is. GTI Civic Type R hatch come in. Yep. Yeah, and the Golf R is super impressive. Like that car is pretty impressive for like a stock car. Type R's are pretty sweet. I think that if I were to do another brand, meaning a non-Mazda build on the channel next, it would either be a R32 GTR or something else. I don't know. I really want to. I really want to do an R32 and make it like a 500-600 horsepower street car. Like that'd be so sick. It's like one of my favorite cars. Well, guys, we're about an hour and 45 minutes in. Had a great time talking to you guys. Who is taking the next low 9 spot, Chris or Freak? Honestly, I don't know. I didn't get to $100. I'll count right now. Let's see. Let's see where we're at. 5. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Stand by. 5, 55, 65, 75, or no, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. We're at like 85. We're like $85, I think, from what I can see on here. Does it show me? Damn, Tom coming in with the $15 to say, yo, let's do a giveaway. All right, cool. $100. All right. So here's the plan. What the F, YouTube? All right. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this real quick. This one will be for the Maz Speed Racing door strap kit. All right, so I think it's only fair for this one that we enter the people that donated, or do we do everyone? Because everyone's going to be really hard. So I'd say I'm going to make that decision. I'm going to say, okay, so Jay Cantu, he said he doesn't have a speed I don't think the door straps will work on his car. I got to check on the UK if I can ship there. Canada, I know I can ship there. No, Toronto. I can definitely ship to Toronto. I just don't know. Is there like regulations for the UK that's different? I don't know. I know I can ship to Australia. Honestly, it's just cost me more, which it's whatever. That's what giveaways are for, man. Give them back. All right. So yep, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go in order of all right, I'm gonna do this real quick and put this into like a live generator thing. Let's see here. Yo. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, anybody that donates anything. Yeah, there we go. That's an easy way to do it. So Chris at Mass Speed is on the phone right now, and he thinks we should do anybody that donates has a count or has a chance to win the door straps. And that just gets us closer to the 150 so that we could give away that Speed 6 door strap or Speed 6 rear seat fold down kit. I will tell you this. I am going to be on here for 12 more minutes, and you guys figure out how you're going to do this and pull this off, but I'm going to be on here for 12 minutes. Let's say I've been on for an hour and 48 minutes. So 12 more minutes and we'll close this thing out and pick the winner. But if you guys want more stuff to be given away, you guys got to act fast because I don't want to be on here all night as much as I would love to. Death battle, last man standing. I'm grabbing another beer. $1. There we go. Another 5 from Where's Garage. That TV, I'm not giving away a TV. I got another TV in front of me too for the bar. $9.99. Tim. Oh boy, here we go. It's about to go down. This happened when I started doing live feeds back in the day, like when I was like at like a 2,000 or something subscribers or something. I would do like live feeds every week. Someone got into like a bidding war over like a t-shirt. You guys keep doing your thing. You got 10 minutes left. Dude, Mr. Beast, that'd be ridiculous. Can you imagine if he just dropped like 10 G's? That's what he does. Your videos are an inspiration. I love my 6. Yours is mint. Eh. Yeah, it is nice, man. A lot of people, my idea of mint versus other people's is different. Who is this bitch? $10. That'd be crazy. Come and drop 10 grand. Oh man. $10, Angel Valdez. I don't have a speed 6, but you helped me get my speed 3 to where it is. So here you go, bruh. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Got like 9 minutes. I'm going to try to jump on my phone here. 150, 10, 10. So Tom put us at 100. 6, 16, 26, 36. No, I think we're at like 136 right now. Don't make me donate another $13.99. Tom, you're a nut, dude. Damn, 6 rock 6 for life. Look at that. That's awesome. So I don't know what that exact change equals out to, but that's like $142 or something like that. I think you got 7 minutes. You guys are on track for 200, and I'll be giving away a rear seat pull down for the 6, and a fuel line kit for the freaking for your car. So the horsepower your Red 6 makes, I freaking hope it makes that much when we get it on a dyno. Oh, dude, don't worry about it. This is all just fun, man. Anything that you guys have donated is like, seriously, like truly a blessing. I appreciate it. No, 200, and I'm giving away 3 different items to 3 different people. The same person can win more than once. It just depends on how it falls when I pick, based on randomizing it. So someone may end up winning all 3. I mean, if you're that lucky, I'd go buy a lottery ticket because, I mean, your chances are pretty good because there's not that many people in here. But yeah, definitely possible. So I think we're just under 150 right now with about 5 minutes left. So as of right now, we'll just be picking a winner for door straps and access port. Dang, that'd be a sweet giveaway. Where's Garage? $2. Laugh out loud. I donated, but promise if you want to do a rust repair video, you can use my car. Zach, all good, man. Like I said, dude, it's very appreciated. Even the $1, like that's awesome that someone would want to just donate $1. It's so cool to me. You guys are awesome. Tom, $2.99. Had to one up Wares. Damn, it's like that, dude. Let's see, 142, 145. We're at 147 right now, I think. We're close. You got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. See what happens. Yeah, I mean, you guys are close. You guys are real close to Jay Cantu, $5. All right, guys. That's 2 people going to be getting picked. I mean, one of them is specifically for a Speed 6. So if you win for a Speed 3 door strap kit or whatever, but you have a Speed 6, you can swap with the other winner. Oh boy, where's Garage and Tom going at it? You guys are silly, man. $2. Awesome. You guys are crazy. We got less than 3 minutes left, and we'll be closing it up, and I will be picking the winners. And then you guys can just message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll get you the stuff out. Spending my YouTube revenue for the week. Hey, man. Not sure how to donate. Yeah, you just press the little money sign at the bottom of the chat. 2 minutes left. That was my bread money. Oh, God. Make me feel bad. All right, guys, we're in the closing minutes. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to make the 200 mark in the next minute, but you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you a lot. This has been fun. I think I'll do more live videos, maybe like once a week or something, to kind of engage with you guys more. It's definitely cool. I like it. And the donations are awesome. I appreciate it. Like, it means a lot. And the joke's on you. I'm not giving anything away. No, I'm joking. All right. We got 30 seconds left, and that's extend more minutes. No, I gotta jump off here. I'd stay on all night if I could, but I gotta get some stuff done before I go to bed. Then he logs off. Yeah, I can't piss the wife off. And I keep her happy. All right, guys. It is officially over. Thank you so much to everybody that donated. I sincerely appreciate it. You guys are awesome, man. So I'm going to go ahead and randomize 2 different things with what I got here and pick a winner for each thing, and then we can hash it out if you have a 6 or a 3, which one you want to take, and we'll get it done. So just give me a minute here. I'm going to figure this out real quick and go from there. Hey, do me a favor real quick. If you donated, just type in the chat real quick what car you have, just so I can make this easier. Speed 3, Gen Poo, Speed 3, Speed 6, Speed 6, Speed 6, Gen 2, Speed 3, Mazda Speed 3, Gen 1, Speed 3. Okay, cool. So a little bit of a mix, which is good. That gives us good odds, man. Speed 6. Okay. Is that everybody? Phil, if you missed the live stream, man, you can either rewatch, which I recommend because we had some good topics, or you can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, Spooling Up Performance, and I can chat with you if you want. All right, so I think we have everybody in here that donated in their cars. It was a lot of you guys donating multiple times, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, yep, got you in there. And was there another one? My buddy that donated the $50. That's, I mean, he doesn't have these cars, so he won't be in it. JJ for life. JJ for life. JJ for life. Do a live stream from the speed shop. Hey man, get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram. I'd love to come chat with you, man, and maybe do some stuff together. So get a hold of me, J&J. Get a hold of me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you use, and we'll talk some stuff out. Okay, JJ for life. I see your Speed 3 right there. Okay. All right, guys. Phil Marshall, by the way, MS6. All right. Let me figure this out real quick, and I will give you guys the results in a second. Let's see. Someone's going to be – 2 of you are going to be lucky winners tonight. Let's see. I'm going to do this real quick on here. All right, so first one for the win. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. I just typed in the number of people. The first winner I have, and I have it all lined up by person, number 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Zachary Saranovsky, if that said that right, you are the winner of the door strap kit. So hit me up on Facebook or Instagram after this so I can get your contact information. And you, my friend, will have a brand new door strap kit headed your way. And that will be that'll be it, man. So on to the next one for the Speed 6 door strap kit. And I'm putting everybody into this. And you can either you guys with the Speed 3s, the door strap kit's gone. If you guys want, I can just do the Speed 6 rear seat fold down for the Speed 6 guys. Unless you have someone you want to give the Speed 6 rear down pull seat to, let me know. Zach, no problem, man. Hey, everybody's a winner at some point, right? So get a hold of me, and I'll get it out to you, man. I have it on hand, so we'll get it out. All right, here we go. I'm just going to pull it for the same amount of people, and whatever happens, happens. You can tell me if you are not going to accept it and you want it to go to someone else. And we'll do it like that. Here we go. Let's see here. Who is our lucky winner? Hang on a second. I got to pull this back up. Oh, sweet. That worked out really well. Tim Meister with the Mazda Speed 6. You are the winner of the rear seat pull-down straps. You were number 5 in my order, and that was the number that popped up. So let's see. I'm going to write down these names so I can try to find you. Please contact me on Instagram or Facebook like right now so that I know that you are trying to get a hold of me. So Tim Meister and Zach, get a hold of me and I will get you guys your winnings. Huge thanks to Mazspeed Racing for their door strap kit, and Majin Speed Racing for his rear seat pull down kit for the Speed 6. Very awesome products that these guys are making to make the platform that much better and more enjoyable. And I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, including you guys that donated today and or stopped in to just say what's up and chat. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, I'm not going to just post something to post it. I'm waiting for weather to break up a little bit. And if you're looking to get more straps, door kits, or anything like that, hit up Mazspeed Racing. He just put it there. Hit him up on Instagram or Facebook. They got some sweet kits. That's really it, man. All the sponsors that we have on the channel and parts that we use are usually tagged in the description of the videos. Please, guys, if you guys want any merchandise, go check out the new Teespring site. It's down in the description of this video that you're watching right now. And go check it out. Pick out a shirt, a hoodie, a sticker, something. I got women's clothing, kids' clothing, from babies to youth, like toddlers. I got men's clothing, everything. Go check it out. All that helps, too. If you want to support in a different way, do that. I will look forward to the messages I got from you guys and the winners. And Tim and Zach just messaged me. Zach, I see you say you messaged me already. Tim, get a hold of me, Facebook or Instagram, and we'll get you guys that stuff out. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'm going to do more live videos like this because it's really fun. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week into the weekend, and I hope to have some great news for you on the Speed 6 in the next coming days. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys a lot. Have a great night.